Hello and welcome to the Django GraphQL Query Fundamentals course. My name is Xander. This tutorial is part of a whole course playlist available for free on YouTube. For deeper learning, the extended course is available for purchase at Udemy. Now you'll find all the resources and links in the video description. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for weekly promotions, discounts, and Udemy course giveaways. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to define types in GraphQL using Strawberry. Types are the foundation of any GraphQL API. They describe the shape of the data that can be queried or mutated. Right, so this is just the starting point for types. We'll keep things simple and focus on the basics to give you a general idea. There is a full module later in the course where we'll go deeper into types and their more advanced uses. Okay, so the goal here in this tutorial is to help you take the first steps in defining GraphQL types using Strawberry. So hopefully by the end of this tutorial, you'll have a basic understanding of how to structure your API with simple types, ready to build on as you move through the course. What we're doing in the next couple of tutorials is just working through the basic principles of working with GraphQL and building a very simple endpoint which we can then interact with our database. Right, so we're going to focus in initially with the category table. So we're going to build a simple interaction with our category table. Okay, so a type is a definition of the shape of the data. It describes what fields are available and what kind of data each field holds. So if you ask for the category data, GraphQL needs to know what does a category look like, what fields does it have, and what kind of values do those fields return. That's what a type does. It's a blueprint. It doesn't fetch the data, it simply describes it. Right, so here we're going to define a class called category type using the Strawberry type declarator. So this tells Strawberry, hey, this is a GraphQL type. So to start off, let's move into types. Let's import Strawberry. And the first thing that we can do here is to create our new class, category type. Now let's remember this is a Python class, so we follow the naming rules of classes. So now what we need to do is to describe the data that we'll find in the category table. So ID, parent ID, name, slug, is active, level. This is very much like building a Django model. We define the name of the field and the data type. Of course, if we don't include fields, it just means that that data will not be available to the client. So first off, you'll notice that the ID here, we define Strawberry ID. So this is a special type provided by Strawberry, and it's used for unique identifiers like primary keys in our database. Remember that the ID field, where are we? The ID field in the category, this is the primary key. So we've assigned this to the Strawberry ID. Now we could technically use integers or strings here, define it as an integer or string, but using Strawberry ID makes it clear that this value is meant to uniquely identify something in our API. It's just more expressive, and it also helps tools that work with GraphQL understand how to treat this field. If we take a look at the other fields, we just need to follow the same name and data type for each field. So I've gone ahead and added those fields. Parent ID is an integer, name string, slug string, is active boolean, and level integer. Right, so in addition to that, let's remember that the parent ID, we've set this up to be optional. So we don't necessarily need to provide any value for this field. So the other fields, they will all be mandatory. So where we want to provide the option of populating the field or not, we can use the or none. Right, so what we're doing here, this is a manual way of writing a GraphQL type, and it's a good, I think, place to start for us to learn what's going on here before potentially we abstract that away, because later on we'll see how to generate types directly from our Django models automatically using Strawberry's type conversion tools. Remember, all this information here, we've pretty much already described it in our Django models. It's already been defined here. So a name is a character field, a slug is a slug field. So we already have that information. So we don't necessarily, with Django, when integrating with Django, need to have to explicitly define that again. But like I said, it's good practice to start understand how to build a type. Now, the last step is that we need to tell Strawberry that this, in actual fact, is going to be a GraphQL type. So we're going to use the @strawberry.type declarator to define exactly that. Right, so now that we have our first type, we're ready to now use it and create a resolver.